sound coming out of your engine. Come up under here, remove that right there, and you'll see right here the PCV valve. If I cover that, bad, it's stuck open. Let's fix it. By the way, that is a cold air intake on a Chevy Cruze, just for fun, because why not? If you want to see the video, it's on my channel, check it out. So first, the symptoms. Some of the cars will do it, some of them won't. You heard it has that like whistle, that little whistle screech. It sounds just like a belt that's going bad, or like a bearing in a pulley, and you can't figure out where it's coming from. If you check, you're gonna find that little leak I showed you right there causing your issue. Secondly, you come to a stop, or you come to lower RPMs, your RPM will jump around a little bit like it's in a stall and go up and down. And the third one is the Stabili Trak light. Not all the cars will get this. When you drive a further distance and stuff, you might start to get this as well. It's all gonna come back to this PCV valve, and I'll show you how to fix it. Unfortunately, you will have to buy a new valve cover. This is the valve cover, and when you look, it does have the PCV valve right there built inside of it. Now you want to note this is very important. When you're looking at your engine, this is a 1.8 Chevy Cruze. The 1.4, it's over toward this side. If you take a look inside, you'll see it is all built right into the housing of the unit itself. So there's no getting around fixing that unless you want to take off your old one and do some crazy science experiment and try to fix that thing. It's very inexpensive. You can get one from a dealer for like 100 to 150 bucks, or you can go on like Rock Auto for 50 to 80 bucks and get you one. But the main thing is you have to find one that has a gasket. Get you a new gasket, comes with it. It fits all in the little groove, snaps in, real easy, nothing to it. If you forget that, you're gonna be in a world of hurt. Other notes you need to know, all these bolts right here, they have a sequence order. This will be the sequence that you torque them down in. Put that up right there. Give you 1 second. And then your foot pounds is 6.6 to 7 foot pounds, which isn't much. So we'll be using inch pounds. Have an inch pounds torque wrench, and you want to go with 79 inch pounds. We'll be doing all these with. You will need a set of Torx bits if you don't have them. And I had the big old set of the male bits. You need the female bits. And then while you're in there, you're gonna be right at your spark plugs. So might as well tune up your car. Go ahead and get you some new spark plugs. If you want to go extra credit, 8+. Those will run you about 75, 85 bucks. I'm gonna start ripping off all this stuff. All this trim. I like to keep the new one kind of to the side for reference. And we'll go ahead and get her off of there. I believe this is a 10 Torx. It takes them all off, but my set doesn't have the size on it, so I'm not positive. This is a T40 here. Looky what we found. Got some standing oil in cylinder 4. It's here 4-1. The other ones are dry. Let's go around the horn. Loosen all these up. You also have one hose in the back here. When you get that off, it'll have a little spring, a C-spring on it. You just clip the C-spring out, pulls right out. It'll look something like that. Just pull that up, pull it off. This thing should be about ready to come off. There you go. The thing I love about fixing stuff is so much stuff gets fixed in the process. Like this one right here, you can tell it wasn't seating as good on this cylinder. So it was letting oil in where the spark plug is. So we're gonna be fixing that at the same time. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up real quick. Like all this crusty and this old burnt rubber. Get that off. I gotta have a really good seal. Clean it up real nice, but in the areas where you have a problem, like this one here, it's lending itself away. So I'll have to go in and scrape that off. It's not wiping off. A little bit right here where there was an existing leak, and I can see that from the engine there. So the little leak will be fixed as well. Go ahead and snatch these spark plugs out of here. See if I can't sop any of that oil out of the one. New spark plugs, gonna put just a little bit of anti-seize. New one's all ready to go back on. Plugs are in, leaks fixed right above the cylinder there, getting into the spark plug cavity. Valve cover leak is fixed. Double and triple check my gasket. Got it all seated nice. Last thing I like to do is take some oil, just a little bit of oil, and coat all the way around it. Give it some lubrication to kind of move around the seat. Tricky part's getting it in there, around all this stuff. Try to hand tighten a couple of these bolts. Make sure they all go in. The bolt pattern for this thing, for the 1.8, is different than the 1.4 I showed you. So first thing I got to do is this one down here underneath the coil. Throw this coil pack back in. See that hose back there? Just want to fit it back on. Look like do it with one hand, but you get the idea. Come back. Hook her back up. Send that guy home. Got to clean up our oil cap, give it some extra love. Always put it back better than you found it. That's about it. Last thing to do, start her up, make sure our little whistle's gone. There you go, there was a check engine light, now it's gone. And then I do have that's a low tire pressure light right there, but I gotta put some air in the tire. She's done, she's fixed, she's better than ever. This is one I'd recommend anybody. It's so easy as long as you got those little Torx things that there's nothing to it. You don't really have to take anything off except for a little plug that plugs into those coils and the valve cover. That's it. Make sure you start from the middle, you tighten them all down, out as you go, and then come back to the middle to make sure they don't need a little bit more snugging. I had a torque wrench. I recommend use one of those. If you don't have one of those, just make sure you try to get it exactly as tight as possible, and they're like plumbing. You don't have to get them real tight. 7 foot-pounds isn't very much. You're just tightening that rubber seal. This is an easy fix. One of the things with this problem is it's right in between all your sensors, so it's going to throw all your sensors cattywampus. You could have a couple that's saying are bad, you could have all of them, because it's messing up the pressure coming out of that crankcase, and it's having stuff too lean. All the sensors are just throwing codes. So it's hard to find, but if you can get that whistle and you hear that whistle, you know that's your problem. Hey guys, that's all I have for today. Hopefully this helps at least one person out there. Good luck to you. I hope you fix your problem. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't like the video, check the people on the bottom of my channel called Bad Mofos. Hours and hours of fun. Also, there's all kinds of other content on the channel. Check it out. Thanks again for watching. Take care. Later. Peace.